Hey, welcome to the very first Ix and Immortality game recorded for the channel. I've been streaming a lot lately, but this is the fresh video for you here on Saturday. I'm going to be player 3 here. The leaders are Beast, Leto, Baron, Hundro, who has been taken, Elisa, and Tessia. The Imperium row is Sardaukar Legion, Scout, Satellite Band, Local Fence, and Gunthopter. And the Tleilax row is Face Dancer and Subject X137. What do I want to do here? I haven't played Tessia in a long time, so I'm just going to take Tessia. The text, by the way, Holtzman Engine, Sonic Snoopers, and Wind Traps. Well, I've certainly been enjoying Immortality. The last few days I've been playing a lot. So yeah, it's been really nice to just have something new and exciting to experiment with in the game. I'd played Immortality a little bit in person, but I'd say less than 10 games total prior to the digital game coming out. So this is like still something I'm exploring here. I'm certainly not an expert at it. I still have things to learn about the base game and about Ix. That's just how deep and amazing Dune Imperium is. But with Immortality, it's really a lot of experimentation still, which fits the theme of Immortality with the research track and experimentation cards. So if you don't know what Immortality is about, feel free to go ahead and watch my How to Play Immortality video on the channel, where I play through the game and I explain all of the new mechanics as they come up in the game, so it's easy to understand. I think it's a good way to get into the game if you're not familiar. So I'm not going to be like explaining stuff in too much detail here. I'll talk about my thought process, but I'll assume you kind of know what's going on with Immortality a little bit. Okay, so Baron goes for the immediate hardy warriors here. My hand is Seek Allies and Diplomacy. It looks like, okay, so Fold Space is actually going to come all the way to me here, which is pretty cool. And I've got both of these things, so I can set up for my ring next round. Let me just go straight to Fold Space here. And then the Diplomacy will go somewhere, assuming one of Wealth, Secrets, or Still Suits is still available. Still Suits, I think, would be my target to try to get a little bit of Solari out of this conflict, but I'm guessing it might not be around when that time comes. So in this game, it's Rise of Ix and Immortality, and we're going with the play to 11 modifier. So 11 points is the cutoff for the end game instead of 10. And the idea there is that when you play with both expansions, there's a lot of victory points available, because there are victory points that you can get through the Tleilax track up here, and with the techs and everything else. And also, Immortality adds these extra cards you can add to your deck. And so it kind of feels bad if the game ends before you really get a chance to use them much. So that's the idea with the play to 11 mode. I think it's the way a lot of people like to play. All right, so it's going to be Secrets. Let's see what we get. Cull. Well, I mean, it's nice to trash, but I don't have any Solari right now. And Solari's kind of precious early. So not the most exciting thing here. Obviously, I would have preferred to have gotten, let's say, a Guild Influence Intrigue. That would have been great. No specimens for me this round. I'll have 4 Persuasion. I guess I'll take the Local Fence if it's there. It's not really exciting. I could blow up the row and see if I can find a Web of Power or a Firm Grip. But it feels kind of bad to do it on 4 Persuasion. Okay, so the Local Fence is gone. This would be a good pick if it's there, but I think Beast is probably going to pick that up. This advances you on the research track when you buy it, which is nice. And after that, it can get you some more specimens. So nice to get in there early. High priority travel. I think this is an interesting card. I mean, it does reveal for Solari. This animation thing is weird. I will take it because I am going to get 2 guild influence pretty soon. So I think it's worth picking up. That's actually much better if you're playing without Rise of Ix. Because that's a great card to send to rally troops. Because if you have 2 guild influence, you either draw a card or you can deploy troops as though you visited a combat space. Basically, it turns the space you're visiting into a combat space. So sending this to rally troops is basically, you know, another Hayliner. So it's one of the reasons that Immortality is interesting to play without Rise of Ix. It's a very cool game mode on its own. And little things like that are part of the reason why. Okay, Hundro picks up Embedded Agent. Lots of Bene Gesserit here. Boom, boom, boom. Including the one that just got picked up. So Baron does win the first conflict, no big surprise with the early hardy warriors. He moves himself up on the shipping track. And it's a guild bank raid. So here's my hand. Obviously, I can't get to fold space, but I can use my ring to unlock that. So that's pretty cool. The question is here, do I want to go to Arakeen or do I want to go to Carthag? I mean, I could also just pick up 3 spice. That would be a different option. But I'm going to choose Arakeen. Okay. So I'll drop here, I'll go up here, and then it will be experimentation to interstellar shipping. I'm going to deploy 3, and I'm not sure if I should have dropped the dagger given that I'm involved in this conflict, but I don't know if the 1 dagger is going to make the difference or not. And the 1 persuasion could end up making a difference. I'm going to be at 4, so it might not matter. This might be a good time to cull. It's going to depend on what it looks like the conflict is going to be. One are the resources. But yeah, I kind of forgot that I was going to be triggering that that snooper token for a spice. So this actually could have been interesting because it would have opened me up for a conspire. But I think it's all right. And here, I think... Okay, first let's just do that. Get a specimen. I think it's just up, down. Take the Solari and be ready for Swordmaster this coming round. And then I'll see about this cull. If I get second, if it looks like I'm going to get first or second, then I'll use the cull. If it looks like I'm only going to get third, then I won't. Because, I mean, hopefully I get at least third. I guess it's possible I get nothing here. That would be a disaster. Because if I at least get 2 here, then I'll be ready for Swordmaster. But if I end up losing out on it, I mean, Hundro could Hardy Warriors this. Beast could... Okay, his Signet Ring is gone at least. So I should be good against Beast, I think. Let me take a moment to welcome our new members to the channel. That didn't play the music. Okay, the sound is not set up properly. But anyway, new members to... Oh, Hundro is Hardy Warriors thing. Okay, that's not great. So welcome to Jacob Champion, Fierce 007, and Barkin Denise Kaya. Thank you so much for becoming members of the channel. I hope you enjoy your members perks. Jacob is enjoying a gifted membership, which is very cool. And yeah, I really hope you enjoy your membership perks, which include stream VODs and the weekly Members Monday exclusive game, which comes out, you guessed it, every Monday. All right, Beast goes to Wealth. Man, that 1 dagger might end up making a big difference for me here, so I can't afford to use this cull because I don't know what's going to happen here. And the Persuasion is not really going to make a difference, I don't think. Oh yeah, do I want this? I think I do want that. That looks decent to add to the deck right now. I don't think I'm going to take the Missionaire Protectiva. I think it's just a little unlikely I'm going to get much value out of it. Yeah, I would really like to trash a card here, but I just can't afford to. That 1 dagger. That 1 dagger, man. I should have... Yeah. What could I have discarded instead? What did I just reveal? I mean, the thing... I could have discarded the Reconnaissance instead. Yeah. And we perhaps would have all tied there. Okay. Well, the good news is I'm still going to have enough Solari for the Swordmaster, but... About to sneak. But that 1 sword or that 1 persuasion could have made a big difference in this conflict in terms of the Solari distribution and my ability to trash. Anyway, it's little decisions like that that can make a difference sometimes. I was leaning towards gambling that the extra persuasion might be meaningful rather than thinking the dagger might be meaningful, but even in the moment, I was kind of like, is this the right decision? And then I just did it. Okay, so Baron's using Rapid Mobilization. He really wants to win this. Is Hundro going to play an Intrigue card? If he does, then it won't have mattered actually about my dagger. Oh, hello. So 2 atomics have been used already. Hundro? No. Okay. Yeah. So basically, my dagger would have denied Hundro 2 Solari here. Oh, wow. Interesting. Now does Hundro play one? Because maybe if he has like a 2 swords or something? No. Okay, so he probably doesn't have any combat intrigues, at least any that don't cost spice. What was this intrigue card? I don't think I've ever seen that one. Economic positioning. Retreat 2 of your troops to gain 3 Solari. Very interesting. Okay, This seems like a good time to use high priority travel, or no? Let's use that to go to shipping. But I have to hit Swordmaster immediately. Because both Hundro and Baron are ready to jump on that. I will be drawing a fold space with the high priority travel. Yeah, I have the 2 guild influence. So I can either draw a card or I can put in a troop. This is actually pretty interesting going to shipping now that I think about it. Because if you use this to drop from the 2nd level on shipping, you can put those troops into the conflict, which is pretty cool. I wonder if it would make any sense here for me to do another up-down, getting Solari, drawing the fold space, and sending the fold space to High Council. What would that do? So I'd be at 5 persuasion, then 7, and if I draw any persuasion with the fold space, which is everything except that dagger, I could get Chome directorship. Unless somebody bombs, unless Beast bombs the row. I think I might try it. The thing is, Beast is quite likely to go and grab that High Council seat right now himself. Or somebody here is very likely to do it. So, is it really that great of an idea? I think it is, because I can still bomb the row and try to find something else. Let's try this. It's a weird play for me to be like skipping a lot of influence here. But let's play around with it. Because yeah, I can get to 8 persuade if I can get there. If I can't get to the High Council, it'll hurt a little bit. But, I mean, I'll be ready to do it some other time. Okay, Mentat for Baron. So is Beast going to go there or not? He is. Okay. Well, that's the way that goes. In that case, maybe I cull and then fold space. There's also just 4 spice sitting here. But, I feel like I'm really neglecting my faction spots. So, I'm gonna do this. Maybe I should have culled, but I kind of like being on 5 Solari here. I'll throw in 1, see what I get. I'll have 2... I'll have 2 of these things at the end, so I could go for the Slig Farmer. Never mind. Tleilax Infiltrator. Interesting. That's pretty good. That can get you to interstellar shipping. Okay, so this troop is going to be just dead by the looks of it. Beast goes to Great Flat. So Beast picking up a lot of stuff here. He has 2 cards. I don't think anyone's going to be able to pick this up right now, but it seems like a good time for me to blow this up and see if I can find something good here for 6 or less. Well, I have... What do I have for graft? Oh, not this is if grafted. I actually don't have any graft cards. So maybe I should take this. Or even Freighter Fleet. Let's take this. And this seems a little bit sketch, but I'm gonna do it just to see if I can make it work. Oh yeah, this is graft. Okay, good. So let's get that. We're just loading things into the deck here. Okay, I've got 2 graft cards and 2 if grafted cards, essentially. This one and this one. This one needs to be grafted, basically, to get the value out of it. But if I can, it's pretty good. Hundro and I, looks like we're going to tie for nothing here. Beast, the only one with any atomics remaining. And there it goes. Oh, he finds Thufir. What did he reveal for, though? 5. Okay, there you go. Thufir or Esmar, yeah. So, yeah, this play is looking a lot worse now that, you know, I didn't get the High Council seat. Obviously, it's still there for me to get, but the value of it is quite diminished now that I've already added a lot of stuff into the deck. The big stuff is gone. There's no more family atomics, so it's kind of just about Spice Must Flow. Okay, no graft to combo with that here, unfortunately. It's still draw a card, though, so it's not a bad card to send to High Council seat or Mentat. Or maybe, do I even think about Dreadnought? What's in here? Okay, well, this has to be a shipping. And it's just going to be an up this time. And we'll go for the Scarab. It's so weird I have to go ahead and click that thing now. Just very awkward UI things going on. Yeah, so I really wish I had just gone up last time, and this time I could have gone down up or up down. It would have been much better. I went for that play. It was a low kind of percentage play, given that it seemed like somebody would get High Council. Hundro passed on it, Baron passed on it, Beast did not. But You know, sometimes I like to just go for plays like that, even if they're unlikely to work, because I just enjoy the feeling of like the big payoff when it does work, you know, and sometimes it does. And so if you never go for them, you never get that reward of like, oh, it worked. So it's not necessarily optimal like strategy for maximizing win rate, but for me, it's kind of a way of maximizing fun playing the game. I don't always do it, but I do it sometimes. All right, what's next? So Mentat is gone. Maybe this is a High Council seat just because it will draw me a card. The Signet Ring is not great right now because I don't want to lose the guild influence. Man, I could, but what would it do? If I bump up to Freeman here, I would get a water. I'm not desperate for water. I might even research station. Draw both of those things. And then... No, unfortunately, I can't go to selected breeding, though. It's kind of meh for that. I'm just going to do that. Let's see what I draw here. It's the reconnaissance. Okay. But I'm out of Solari again. This cull is really not great this game. Could be a Sonic Snooper's target at some point. Okay, I'm running out of things to do. If I research station at this point, I mean, it does move me along here. I could trash again. Maybe I wouldn't mind that, to be honest. Sonic Snooper's picked up by Hundro. Disposal facility comes in to its place. The disposal facility is kind of nice, but I can't get it right now. Because it would be nice to just get some good trashing in so I can, you know, get my graft cards with my combo graft cards a bit more often. So this would just be persuasion here. Hayliner here from Beast. And a quid pro quo. Oh, that's a huge quid pro quo. Holy hell. That's almost a Chome directorship. Jesus. Okay, that was crazy. I wonder if it is worth trading this in for this one here. I'm not going to get to shipping again for like a few rounds. Maybe I can find my way back to that. So, I'm sort of tempted by the Holtzman engine though, to be honest, but I need to collect spice to do it. I could just go here, get a tech negotiator. What was I thinking about this? Getting a trash? You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to hope for like a good 7-coster in the row, because there are some nice 7-costers, right? Obviously, there's Jessica, but there's a new one. Maybe there's one called For Humanity, I think, which is a cool new Bene Gesserit card. And on the off chance one of them appears, I would be very happy to pick it up. And I just don't really like my other moves right now. I don't like drawing the Test of Humanity just for persuasion that doesn't really do anything. Okay, Bene Gesserit cards flying fast and furious for Baron here. Yeah, nothing great in the row here. I mean, Esmar is okay. This is weirding way. Not very into it right now. Beast goes for the show of strength. I'll be curious to see how that works. Okay, there's a power play. All right. Happy to get a power play. Yeah, I'm going to take that over the Esmar at this point. If grafted, it's basically, it can go anywhere. And I do have a couple of graft cards, but is it such a great idea? Let's play. We're going to play with it. Oh, shifting allegiances. Good God. Look at the size of this deck. This is very easy to do in Immortality. You know, it's just very easy to add a whole bunch of cards into the deck. And so that's one of the things that, you know, has to be figured out, is what is really worth adding in there. And a few of these pickups, you know, I've said as I've done it, like, I'm not so sure about this, but I just want to take it. I want to try it out. I'm in that stage of exploration with Immortality where I just want to take new cards and just kind of play with them. Why are his troops gone, but he was able to demand respect? What happened there? Okay, unfortunately I got this guy again without the graft cards. Okay, I think my goal is to get Holtzman Engine here if I can. Wow, drawing tons of cards here. Nicely played by Beast. Okay, so I've got 2. This would get me 5, which would be enough if I get to tech negotiation to pick up the Holtzman Engine. Do I want to spend... This is 3, this is 4. Is 1 water worth 1 spice here? I don't think so. I think I'm okay just doing this, right? 1, 2, plus 3, that's 5. That's good enough. But then again, there's this. I could just ship and get it. Hello. And maybe I send the high priority travel, actually, because then I can also draw a card or deploy these troops. Okay. There's a lot of things to think about. Advance. Recall. Spice. Holtzman Engine. We'll do this. We'll do this. We'll do this. And you know what? I think I'll draw a card over the deploy. Oh, hello. Okay. That worked out even better. than I thought it might. I was really just not expecting to get interstellar shipping playing third this round. That's why I didn't even consider it. But that worked out great. Okay, so it's power play. Now that's not exactly what I wanted here. I was hoping to draw a graft card. But what can I do here? I mean, Hardy Warriors is an option. If I power play to Bene Gesserit, that'll get me all the way up almost to the Alliance. Because my next super token here is gain 1 influence on this track. So that seems good. Obviously, like, I would like to selective breeding, but I don't have spice. I could pick up spice first. Alternatively, I try to maximize my faction and play Test of Humanity to secrets and power play to wealth. That might be better. Is there a way for me to get Spice Mustful? Let's say I pick up Spice, brings me down to 5, power play to selective breeding. That's not going to get me. I mean, there's a chance, but it's not likely to get me Spice Mustflow, so I don't love that play. But it wouldn't be a terrible thing to pick up some spice here while there's some available. Also, getting in here would get some more spice too. A lot of interesting decisions to make right now. Okay, so Beast is the first here, gets some spice and the victory point. I think I'm just going to go for the maximum faction influence right now. So we'll just go secrets. We'll test everybody's humanity. Oh, I also steal? I didn't even realize I was going to steal. Okay, that's cool. Cannon turrets and vicious talents. Okay, some combat intrigues. Is it worth Hardy Warriorsing here? I don't know if I can. I can't really fight Beast for this alliance, I feel. Because he's going to go before me next round. He's ready to drop here and go up, or just play a card and go up. So I feel like that's kind of a wasted power play. Other than the fact he gets me into the conflict, which would be good. I could wait on the power play. I could pick up spice instead. You know, save the power play to play for like round 7. I mean, it's actually not a terrible idea because round 7 I'll be going first. If I can somehow amass enough spice for a Hayliner at that point, I might be really happy to have it. Because I don't have a lot of cards with good faction access. Is that a crazy idea? Like, the Solari is not particularly valuable to me. Playing the experimentation here. I'm blue. Yeah, that could trash a card. Could get rid of this dagger right now. Then the cull. Problem is I don't have a good target for the cull at the moment. But maybe next round I will. Okay, wealth is gone. So that option is not even available to me anymore. So, yeah, it's either Hardy Warriors or Collect Spice. So now that that's the option, it's going to be Collect Spice. I'm going to spend 1 water and get 3 spice. Keep myself at 2 water. I'm going to go up here. I will deploy. Maybe 1 is good enough, though. Don't want to burn any of this to try to get more. It's not really going to work. We'll just do 1. And it's awkward because I kind of... Whoa. I kind of want the dagger here, but... That's the way it is. If somehow this Shifting Allegiances stays, I'll pick it up. Kind of don't think it will. It's iffy. It's iffy doing this with the power play because there's no guarantee I'm going to draw it ever now. Beast is already up to 7 points. But the way it worked out, yeah. I mean, in retrospect now, I guess I wish I had played the power play instead of the Test of Humanity. That would have been probably better, but... We'll see how it works out. Looks like I'm going to get 2 spice for 1 troop here, which is nice. Nope. 1 spice for 1 troop. Okay. Unless I want to burn 2 of these entry cards, which I don't. What did he do? Reclaimed forces. Okay. He's well on his way up there. Well, I take the Shifting Allegiances. Whether or not it ever happens, we will have to see. We are playing to 11, remember. So 10 is not the end game condition. 11 is the end game condition. I need to get some Spice Must Flows. Baron reveals guild bankers, but only has 1 persuasion. So that's not going to work. Okay, charisma for 3 persuasion. What does that do? Is he... Yeah, what is that about? Picks up the dissecting kit. I think I have one of those, right? Somewhere. I haven't been able to graft yet. I haven't drawn any of my graft cards yet. Plays a war chest. All right. Sort through the chaos. Okay, I was gonna say, please don't give me this without the graft. But I did get it. I could pick up a restricted ordnance. There's also a bunch of spice here. Looks like I'll probably have a Hayliner next round. So maybe I don't want to spend spice. Beast goes to interstellar shipping. Okay, what does he do with it? Trades an intrigue and draws a card. He gets the restricted ordnance. Okay, what pops up instead? Yeah, this is not terribly exciting for me. Okay, well, I mean, just dropping here. Oh, what am I? I'm blue. Okay, whoops. So this is a bit awkward. Maybe I just smuggle with this to set up for next round. It's not as... Because the problem is I want to use this with this. Maybe to research. I think I better just pick up this spice, to be honest. Okay, that's going to get me another intrigue card. I've got to be careful about that. Oh, I don't have Solari. Well, I might get secrets here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I don't want to put my troop in here because if I have any hope of winning the next conflict with Hayliner, I need some troops. So... it's a little awkward. So people are going to be thinking, Secrets is looking kind of tasty, especially for Beast. Beast goes to Secrets and is going to get 3 intrigue cards. 1, 2, 3... and an alliance. But Beast with that restricted ordnance and this garrison is going to be very difficult to deal with. But I felt like I should get the spice. For a Hayliner next round. Maybe. I'm only at 3 points here. It's pretty bad. Even with the Hayliner, it's going to be very difficult to win. Okay, at least I do have this genetic marker, so this is now an ambush. Baron smuggles. Where does he take influence here? Does he go towards an Emperor alliance, or does he go towards a Bene Gesserit point? This cull, man. This cull has been brutal. Okay, it looks like I'm going to get away with the secrets thing for now. Somebody still might go there. Do I go to Carthag and just get even more intrigues? This is also going to give me an intrigue. Let's just load up on intrigues, okay? Let's do it. Hold on though. This is going to cost me a spice must flow that I really need. I don't know if I can afford to do it. I need that, but I mean, I need spice must flow, don't I? If I ever want to get this point. Oh, this is rough. This is so rough. I mean, the only other thing I can do is just, well, I could go to research station, I guess, but then that might mess things up. And it's still drawing 2 cards. There's a good chance I probably miss Spice Must Flow even if I do that. Oh no, this draws me a card. Okay. Let's try this. Just load up. Don't want to deploy the troop. Secret rendezvous. Use clandestine meeting to send an agent. Okay, that was a Steam achievement. Bribery. That'd be useful if I had any Solari. I mean, should I put the troop in to try to get Solari? Maybe. But okay, the nice thing here is I'll reveal this is going to get me a Scarab. So that's going to boost me here, which means there's a chance I could get to this victory point. It's not likely, but it's possible. And I am going to get a Spice Must Flow, which is good. I do still have another agent, by the way. I don't think I want to play this for a specimen. Well, I could play it. I could play it to trash this dagger, because I'm about to reshuffle. I don't really want to draw that dagger. And then that would get me a specimen, which I could use to just get the Scarab here, rather than the reveal. So it's kind of the same thing either way, except that this wastes specimens. And maybe if I reveal this, then maybe if there's another round, I can maybe find the other Scarab that way. Yeah. I don't think it's worth just trashing the dagger for that. And I'm glad I didn't put the troop in. There's also, if I just don't want to worry about the Scarabs, I could do that instead to just get troops for next round. That might be better. Forget about trying to get this point. Because it's a... I really need to win next conflict if I have any hope. This will get me another troop for next round also. And another intrigue card. Hilarious. We'll hang on to that as like secrets bait. I have 6 intrigue cards right now. 6. Can you believe it? I don't know why my soundboard thing isn't working, but whatever. It's not working, unfortunately, but everything else seems to be, and I've had weird technical issues with my computer recently, and so as long as everything else is working, that's just how that's going to go. We can't... Okay, I was going to trigger the applause, okay? Woo, 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 woo! The applause line for having 6 intrigues. Problem with the Hayliner is, like, I really want to go to, like, selective breeding next round. More than I want to go to Hayliner, really, but I'm probably going to have to try to win a conflict. It's going to be hard, but I have all of these intrigues, so maybe I can do it. Alright, so we're going to take a Spice Must Flow. I'm going to reclaim some forces, and I'm going to take the troops again, because I feel like I've got to try to put everything into winning the next conflict. Not going to use Expedite. Who knows? Maybe that could come in handy. A shipping plus an Expedite. Maybe. So I definitely have the Hayliner access. I could blank slate with the Signet Ring. And that would... Yeah, because I don't need this influence, really. So I could trade it for an Emperor influence. I think people are like, okay, he's got 6 intrigue cards. I'm probably not going to get a good one with secrets anyway. So it's not being made a priority by anybody. There's a flagship. So I'm kind of giving up on the idea of getting this victory point here in favor of trying to win the next conflict. So if I don't win the next conflict, then, you know, that will have been, you know, a mistake. And maybe it was. Maybe I should have just forgotten about that. Just try to get my point here. Get another Spice Must Flow for another 2 points, essentially. But I feel like if I want to try to actually win this game, I need to win this next conflict. The other move would be like trying to fight for second, which I don't really believe in unless it's in ranked mode where that matters. But this is a lobby game. So for me, it's like first or not first. That's kind of how I see it. I'll fight for position, you know, first, second, third, if I think it's like the game is ending this round and there's no way I can win. But at this point, it's possible I could still win. Okay, it's a battle for Arakeen. Okay. Interesting. Nobody has Hayliner yet. Part of me wants to go to selective breeding. But then I've got to find spice somehow. I think I can't mess around with it. I don't think that was optimal necessarily. But it's what happened. So I would like to get here with either diplomacy or power play. If I can play the signet ring, I'm getting greedy, but if I can play the signet ring first, drop down here, go up here, then if I'm able to power play, it'll get me that alliance. Also, that money could power this bribery. But I've got to be careful here. Beast could hardy warriors, get in a bunch of troops. His signet ring seems to be in play. He has an alliance. He has this. So I might need all these entry cards. I think I probably want to hit secrets if I can to protect everything. Is there value in shipping and expediting? No, I can't. For some reason, I was thinking this is the one that lets me infiltrate, but it's not. That's this one. You know what? I have to say a lot of the art in Immortality is too similar. You have all these people with like the stealth suit and the goggles, and they're a little bit hard to distinguish in my mind. There's... I don't feel like there's a good way for me to... I can't do everything. Okay, there's the secrets. Cannon turrets, okay. Yeah. So if I want that alliance, I'd have to pick up spice and go to selective breeding with it. Probably need to get more troops in though. I mean, this gets me a couple of more, but this is dangerous. I need to win this conflict. So power play to wealth plus bribery. No, just power play to wealth gets me the alliance by itself, actually. And if there's another round, maybe bribery can get me this. I don't think there's going to be another round, though. I think this is kind of it. Beast is at 10 here. He's got 5 cards in hand. He has a high council seat. He's got 6 entry cards. I've got 6 entry cards. Oh my god. It's possible I should have prioritized getting this alliance over going to Hayliner. To stop Beast from getting that point. There's the selective breeding. No. Oh no. Okay. Well, there go all of my hopes and dreams. Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. There's nothing that can help me. If I had 2 Solari, I could get the Freeman Alliance, but I don't. So rough. Rough. Oh boy. This was a rough game. Beast dominated this game. Absolutely dominated this game. Where does points come from? 2 alliances, all the faction points, 2 spice must flows, 2 points on the Tleilax track, 2 points from intrigue cards. Why does this chat is so weird, man. He even protects this. It's crazy how Solari locked I was this game. I just couldn't find good ways to get... I even did this twice, which, you know, wasn't good, but... there we go. Well... this friggin' cull? God damn this cull. Okay, Hundro jumping up against the Harkonnens. So maybe I get second if I'm lucky here. I get to 7 victory points. I don't have the point out of this. It's tough. It's really tough. Let's see. Does anybody else have endgame intrigues? All right, so we get second place. Very good game there by Rizdkhdjederg. with a complete wreckage of that game. Just wiped us out. And then it's pretty close between the rest of us here, 7-6-5 between Kukudas and Clicker 10. So great game by Beast. As for what happened with my game, I think there's a few things I would point to as to why I was having a little bit of difficulty with that game. So number one is just adding kind of, like I said, I wanted to play with cards, so I was adding a lot of stuff to the deck. A lot of these graft cards, a lot of kind of if grafted cards, and you know, you gotta, if you do that, then you kind of have to get lucky with how you draw them so you get them together, and that didn't really happen. So that was a problem. And I'm not saying that the luck is the problem. I'm saying that more like the strategy of adding those cards to the deck was the problem, because if I did it, I needed to count on having great luck, which obviously you can't count on. So I think that was a factor. My decision to early on, I think it was the second time I went to shipping. So my first time I went to shipping, I did an up down for Solari. I think that was correct because that's what allowed me to get Swordmaster relatively early. Ahead of, I think I maybe got the first Swordmaster in the game, if not the second. But anyway, I beat out at least 2 people for Swordmaster that way who were ready to grab it. So I believe that was the correct play. But the second one, I did it again to go for the low percentage play where I was trying to get the fold space to High Council so that I could get the Chome directorship that was sitting there. It would have been amazing if it had worked, but it was very unlikely to work because all the other players had Solari and all the other players were probably thinking about High Council plays of their own. I knew that, decided to try for it anyway, and sure enough, Beast ended up getting the High Council seat. And that was a problem because that cost me troops and an influence. It maybe even cost me a tech, right? By going up down instead of going up up, I would have had a lot more options to get more value out of this shipping track later. So just that one influence could have been the Bene Gesserit Alliance, for example. Now, would that have changed things dramatically? Maybe, maybe not. But it would have been a couple more troops available as well. And I mean, the game would have been different from that point on, but that was definitely, a low percentage play that, like most low percentage plays, didn't work out. So that's another factor there. And then there was that time where I had the Test of Humanity and the Power Play in my hand. And my goal that round was to send Test of Humanity to Secrets and Power Play to Wealth, I think. And what ended up happening is Wealth ended up getting blocked, which I wasn't really expecting. And then the Power Play, ended up just going away. I did end up drawing it before the end of the game, but I wasn't able to get good value out of the Power Play. I never got this Emperor point. I just wasn't able to make that happen. Beast went to Wealth here at the end, and I don't think he was doing it to block me. I think he did it because he needed to pay for his Chome shares intrigue card. But, that hurt. So, anyway, that's it. So I think it was a fun game, and I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on it. What were some different plays you might have made, or different opportunities? It was hilarious, the number of intrigue cards. I had 6, Beast had 6. It was quite ridiculous. And the Solari issue, man, oh man, that was killing me. Maybe I just shouldn't have gone for High Council seat ever. It didn't really do a lot for me. The Holtzman engine obviously didn't really pay off in terms of the point. I mean, I did get maybe 2 or 3 rounds of extra card draw, which I do think is good. And, things might have been a lot worse had I not done it. So I think it was worth picking up, but, I wasn't able to make that work either. So it was a tough game, but it was a fun game. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. So thank you so much for watching. Of course, make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any videos or streams. Follow on Twitch, twitch.tv/bludgeon. Join the Discord. The link is in the description below. And if you want more content from me, then you can click the join button and become a member of the channel, and that will get you stream VODs and a weekly exclusive video every single Monday, as well as giving you a loyalty badge, which upgrades the longer you remain a member, and access to the emotes for the YouTube stream. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.